Hello and welcome back to Miniverse, where today we're doing a 3-paint speed paint, where I'm going to paint some models, mostly only using 3 paints. It should be a pretty fun new series, so keep an eye out. This may not become a regular thing, who knows, we'll find out. So recently I received 3 old stormcast models, and with any models with no purpose, let's turn them into some statues. To start with the stone statue, I plastered some thinned down basilicanum grey all over the model. Now, usually when painting with contrast paints you have to watch out for when your paint's pooling in the recesses, but for this, it's mostly fine, as it adds some shadow and depth in the model. While that dries, let's get started on the iron statue. With the base coat of black metal, we're going to add a thick coat of nuln oil literally everywhere on the model. I haven't actually used nuln oil in ages, as I generally stick to enamels for washes, but I forgot what a fun paint this is to use. So let's vigorously shake up some liquid rust and warm it up with our hands. While painting these models, I didn't have any source material to look at, as I wanted to go in completely blind. This was actually a really fun practice, and I recommend it. Sometimes it's just fun to paint a model having no idea where it's going to go. However, with the rust, I practically coated the whole model. It's important to note this paint dries really quick, but it allowed me to find out something cool. While the paint was drying on the brush, I started stippling it all over the lighter areas, giving some really cool rust effects. What's that you hear? If you're enjoying this video, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out and increases its reach so much. And if you're even more of a cool person, check out my Patreon down below. Anyway, back to the video. Once most of it's dry, it usually takes about 30 seconds to a couple minutes, you can start stippling with your brush again to add some darker rust spots. And I have to say, with only 3 paint, it looks flippin' fantastic. And ironically, this might actually be one of my best painted models. If I can reliably recreate this again over a few models, I think this would be such a cool look for a homebrew Space Marine chapter. So now that the paint's dry, I thought about leaving it here, but I wanted some darker stone colours. So I added another couple of coats, but like with the rust, it's time to add some moss. I tried to paint the moss like it was coming from the ground up, like some dark roots, overwhelming the statue. And like the rust, I incorporated this wet dry brushing technique. I don't know what it would be called, but it added some really cool moss-like textures all over the model. When painting with the moss paints, it's important to know how bright the paints get when it's thinned. So that's why I'm applying in thick passes, so it doesn't become this bright green monster. What other mossy things do you think we can create? Name them in the comments. I personally think making some mossy Nurgle boys would be pretty sweet. I think this model looks really good, and it's definitely given me some ideas to make a ruined city diorama, but that's for another time. Now let's move on to the third statue. I started with a base coat of brass and a dry brush of gold to start my model. Next I added a heavy coating of reikland fleshshade to add some warmth and shadows to the model. With the shade, I'm also trying to enhance the folds in her outfit and basically try to add more shadows where there wasn't any in the actual model. With the verdigris, the paint felt quite different than the other ones. It was actually really hard to control, and I didn't quite know how it was going to look. But one of the cool things that I haven't mentioned is that this paint is water activated, meaning like enamels we can come back after and thin these paints down, giving us more texture and different colours. The finished model looks pretty cool, and it gives me almost this coastal vibe, like it's been whitewashed by the sea and salt. Maybe it was found by some pirates and displayed back in their base. That's what I'm gonna go with. Seeing these models together makes me really happy, but with that, I have nothing to use them for, so off to eBay they go. If you're interested, I'll leave a link below. So as always, I've been Reese, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Thanks for watching.